Hey everyone, it's Ryan 1940 here. Today we're taking a look at Sea Power Naval Combat in the Missile Age, and this is Operation Azure Sentinel, made by a person named Sideofchicken. And I really was interested in this when I came across it in the workshop because it's like a realistically plausible regional conflict. I'm really into that, and I like that it appears to be just small groups versus small groups, so we'll take a look here. The briefing is really well made. I think this is from a template that's out there, and I encourage people, if they don't know what needs to go in the briefing, is to use kind of a template like this where we can see the situation, we understand what our mission is, and the things that might be out there that we're going to work with or that are going to try and harm us. So essentially in this scenario, a tanker was sunk leaving Azure chemical plant, and we're going to respond sailing through this no-go zone that Iran has created, and it will fight anybody that tries to disturb us when we do that. So kind of a freedom of navigation sort of operation, and we'll have some aircraft to cover us. We'll have to worry about some of these aircraft here, F4s, F5s, F14s, and the P3, but it looks like we're just going to go against missile boats and little patrol boats, so let's get started. Alright, this is the, I always mispronounce this, Nanuchka? Is that right? Yeah, Nanuchka class. I say like confidently that oh yeah, I got it right. No, I don't know. Well, anyways, these guys have the Siren missile, and this goes 59 nautical miles, I think it was. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys noticed in that briefing, but it said we're going against Iranian's version of the La Comandante class missile boat. So those do have harpoons, and those harpoons can go 65 nautical mile range, so there is a range advantage that they have. We also have the Toronto class, and this has got the Silkworm missile, so it's the version of it that goes 43 nautical miles, so a bit outrange there with the harpoon as well. And of course we have two little torpedo boats. I think both these guys have oh, what is this? Anti-submarine and an anti-surface mode. So this one can track this guy. Okay, that's just, yeah, that has no guidance, so we're not really gonna, if we're going against small boats, good luck dumbfiring a torpedo at them. Alright, incoming transmission. Task group 186 is entering the NGZ. 1 IL-38, 4 MiG-25s on standby ready for tasking. Baku station reports sea state of 5, overcast, winds northeast. Cool, I like the pop-ups. It's a really nice touch. In fact, let's see here. Let's take a look at what we've got. Alright, these guys, let's just make sure their formation orders have their rear air search radar on, and then we'll check in with this dude. He's got his surface search radar going, so I think this is the wet eye, which is 150. Yep, we're good there. So we can kind of cover it quite a bit, and of course it looks like we got the SA5 station. This is a S200 battery, so that is something that's pretty capable actually. It's more of like a regional air defense system. And if we look, yeah, it's got 130 nautical mile range, so 130 nautical mile range, that's pretty far out that we can cover. So if we look at the map, this is kind of like Turkmenistan, and then Kazakhstan's up here, and then up there's like the Soviet Union, like Soviet Russia, and then Azerbaijan's over here. So Iran is kind of just all down here, so I can imagine the threats coming up this way towards our task group. Because of that, I want to have the cap flight kind of come out of that SAM range and kind of get in front of where the task group's going. And while we're doing that, I kind of want him to come down. Actually, let's figure out where these guys are going. So they kind of come down around this island here and curve over there. So we'll have him come down here and then kind of curve that way. I don't know what this overcast altitude is, but we're going to have to go underneath it because if we want to VID anything, the game has it so like you just can't see through the clouds, which is nice. You know, it's a good check to have. So we'll do that. We'll come over the task group and then we'll dip down. Okay, the MiGs are all in formation. Good. There was, I think on the workshop it said sometimes the flight gets bugged out somehow, and if it does, then basically you just have to detach whoever's acting weird and then reattach them to the formation. But we don't have that problem, so we're good. Okay, and then let's try to ID this thing. Oh, shit. Iranian P3. Apparently they're not hostile yet, so okay. It's good to know. These guys are probably all just civilians, yeah. Refuses to comply. Okay, buddy. This is probably an airliner going 480 knots and 35,000 feet, and it's between friendly territory, so yeah, I don't think that that's an unknown hostile. That's kind of behind the threat axis. So cool. We definitely want to get our MiGs kind of closer to this P3 now, and think of it as like we're shadowing him. And I do want probably start up another group. I think it said in the briefing we have 12 of these jets total, so we'll keep 4 on standby, but we'll launch 4 from the airbase. And then of course we already have that 4 up, so that's our 12. Maybe, yeah, I'm kind of thinking of one group kind of cover down here and one group kind of cover up a little closer towards the task group, and then just cover them that way. So we'll get them started. What is this guy? This also looks like a civilian flight. We'll just keep an eye on him. P3. That's interesting. I don't know if they have any I can't quite remember if they have Iranian P3 skins in the game. But they have some pretty cool ones if you look online. They've got like the camouflage colors, stripes of like blue and gray and black and white. So the one I seen in real life when it flew over my ship, it was like blue and white stripes, and it was close. It's pretty neat. All right, we got the cap going. We got some airliner probably up that way. And I don't know if... Oh, the theme just changed. So this is set to auto. We can just put it back to light if we want. That's how I like it. What is the local time? 17:44. Yeah, I don't know if it matters in game, but this is certainly something that I do is... we want these guys to be at MCON because... Let's double check. Make sure they're all at MCON. Yeah, we want these guys to be at MCON because assuming the harpoons are out there, we're outranged. Okay, so we don't want them to find us because they can shoot at us first. It's certainly possible that we're both within range of each other right now. It's a matter of who detects who first, so we're going to have to really race this IL-38 down to come help us out and find them. Of course, their range for the surface search is so high, but it's just the targets that we're going after are small boats, and the sea state's 5, so it's not going to be easy. I'll say that. Because of that, I want to... I don't know if it matters in the game as well. We'll get back to this. I don't try to request to identify myself from or yourself from units that are at MCON, because I think when you do that, if it is a hostile, at that point they know that you are who you are and they will engage you. So it's kind of dangerous. So do it always with units that they're banging away with the radar anyway, so it doesn't matter. That might not be a thing. I think it is, because I'm pretty sure I've done it before where I've just blindly asked for stuff and then missiles come flying. But that could be a coincidence. It would make sense though, because you're squawking over on some communications channels. People are going to find you. Alright, the next task that we have is we're going to have to edit this formation because... Nope. Islamic Republic of Iran units are showing hostile intent. Engagement is authorized. Okay. So, this guy's gonna turn red, I'm guessing. Oh, we got some fighter jets coming in now. Crap. Bunch of fighters. Alright. So, I want these guys to focus on that first, and then we'll not worry about the P3. Can't shoot anybody down just yet. And I do want to space these guys out, so we'll do relative positions, and then we'll space them out 10 nautical miles that way, 10 nautical miles that way. Actually, that one's the other missile boat, so we'll pull the other patrol boat all the way out, and we'll pull this out to 20 nautical miles. So we'll just do a big line abreast formation, and I want to do that, and I'll tell you why in a second. So I think that this is good. Pull this guy all the way out that way. Cool. Let's see how they handle this. These elaborate changes. Oh, don't collide with each other. This is sketchy. Oh my gosh. Oh, please don't kill this dude. Oh man. I was just coming alongside, just scraping paint, swapping paint. Yikes. Okay. Alright, he's good, right? Are you still good? Are you good? You're good. Okay, we're safe. Okay, so these guys, we'll just set them to... well, I wanted to set them to weapons free, but I think what's going to happen if I do that is they'll divvy up these targets, and then one guy's going to go for the P3, and it looks like we're doing a 4-on-2, so I don't want to like split the formation up. I want it to be an unfair fight, so we have we'll pause it here. I don't remember what the ranges are, so that's 16 nautical miles, and that's 19, so we'll do the AA6B. Oh, is that one the IR guided? Yeah. Alright, cool. So we'll do single shot from 4. And then sensors offline. I don't understand. Okay. And then we'll do different weapon. There we go. Yeah, so hopefully these guys all attack 2 of whatever's out here. So looks like, yeah, 857 knots. It's pretty quick. So those are F4s, F5s, or F14s. Same. I mean, that guy's going 900, so same thing. So there are some sort of fighter plane dangerous. We need to shoot him down to protect the IL-38, and then also to protect the task group, because they could be, you know, F4s, F5s, and F14s even can carry dumb bombs on them, so or rocket pods, so they could be dangerous to these little boats. Look at that. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Okay, I see some contrails down there. Well, let's go to weapons free now that we're all kind of close to each other. Formation orders. Weapons free. Whoa. Alright, we lost 2 MiG-25s right off the bat. 2 F4s. What is this guy? So, kill this dude. And then... Okay, these MiGs need to come up this way rapidly. Head up this way, gain altitude. Formation orders, sensor orders, air search is on, and we'll keep them weapons tight just for now until they get closer. Alright, the F4 is up this way. Need to get the kill. Nope. Okay, turn back in this way. I see what's going on. He wanted to open the range to be able to use the weapon system, but doing so he loses the radar contact, so then he just doesn't know what to maneuver against. That's what it looks like. Yeah, he's got that contact. Alright, let's see. Hopefully we get a hit. Looks good so far. Oh, he's flaring. Good. Alright. Okay, I believe there is some other F4 that was out here as well. But anyways, let's head out this way. And then we'll go ahead and go after that P3. Does not respond. Well, if that F4 continues going towards here, this other flight of MiGs is coming out, and also we got that S5, so we'll not worry about it too much. I'm more concerned that he might come around and line up a shot on us. Oh, there he is. Okay. So that's the hostile. Get the SA5 to go weapons free. Okay, this is hostile. Hopefully we can get some kills over here. Alright, looks like we're going towards small contact, so that's going to be a fighter plane. What is that? That is an F-14. Oh my gosh. Alright, crap. And that shot missed. Oh boy. We're being shot at by, I'm guessing, the other F-14. Alright, hopefully he can get a missile off on this other F-14 who's fired his Sparrow missiles at our guy, who's also engaging at the same time. Oh, they passed each other. Oh, good hit, good hit, good hit. Please win. Oh, well, that missile's gonna not have guidance now. That's good. So these guys need to turn around and figure out where that other F-14 is. SA-5. Let's get him to engage. Aligning the launcher. Cool. Let's see a SAM launch. Oh, there it is. Nice. That's really cool. Alright, I gotta pay attention to this fighter brawl happening over here. Okay, well I guess we'll just go after that P3 until the other F-14 shows up. Ooh, this is pretty hectic now. Alright, these guys, we'll wait to see if the SA-5 hits. If it does, perfect. There's a couple SA-5s up. If it doesn't get shot down by that SA-5, then we'll get the MiGs to deal with him. Alright, this guy's gonna fire on that P3 going this way. You see the contrail there. Let's see what's going on. There it is. Okay, that's a miss, I think. Oh, he got him. Alright, great. That's that. This is hostile. Ooh, let's get this guy to chase this one down. Shoot down that thing there, please. And then we'll have engage that. This must be the second F-14. So we'll make sure we get him down. Is this gonna hit? Getting close. Nice, great. Okay. My goodness. Go chase this down and kill him. And then we'll have the perfect. This guy's in a great spot. We'll have him come out that way. And then we're gonna want to, oops, don't want that. We're gonna want to launch another flight of 4 MiG-25s. Okay. The airbase. Alright, those guys are good. I think we're getting close to being in range. Just a little too far. 16 nautical miles. We're at 21 at the moment. And our task group here is splitting up. That's great. Alright, it's time for this guy to go down, so let's try 6,000 feet and we'll see if we're under the clouds or not. It's hard to tell. Unfortunately, the sun is going down, so it's going to make visual detection of things a lot harder. But at least we can rely on our radar. Actually, you know what? We can stay at... come down a little bit to like 10,000, I guess. I have a feeling if we're going to detect... those small boats, it's gonna be nowhere near the harpoon range or our missile range, so it's gonna be really close to this plane, relatively speaking. Maybe 30 miles or something. I don't know. All right, let's speed this up while these guys get chased down. And unfortunately, they're coming towards these guys, so we're gonna have to fire a missile at them. Okay, he's turning around. Is this guy gonna fire? What's he doing? He's turning towards him. He's in range, so I guess not anymore. Oh goodness. Oh, he's reacting to the SA-5. That's really cool. I don't think I've played a scenario before where I've operated the SAM system, so that's really neat. Oh, missile. Nope, no good. Just kill this plane, please. Do we get an explosion? Oh. Looks like it missed. So he's Winchester. He's Winchester. This guy is trying to chase him down. Actually, this whole flight needs to chase him down. We need to, he's going right towards our task group. So we need to tie them up with these fighters, even though they're unarmed. They need to try to almost sacrifice themselves to protect that IL-38. Okay, let's engage with this one. Okay. Okay, he's turning back in. That's great. Alright. I was waiting. I was wondering, why is he not firing yet? Come on. Hopefully we get him. That is the F-14, yep. And we got him. Great. Oh man, that was wild. We need to get these fighters over here, please. Okay, so we'll just travel along the line here. And, I don't know that the enemy would be this close, so we'll probably head kind of down and then we'll swing back and maybe snake this spot. Yeah, so we'll add to his waypoint, kind of snake down this way. And to facilitate that, we're then going to need to... Okay, these guys can go back to being, to RTBing. We'll just have to have this fighter... Well, yeah, somewhere around there, I guess. These guys are up, so we'll bring them kind of down this way. Change our altitude, and of course we will go to formation, sensor orders, air search on. Okay. Alright, I think as long as we don't get any more air attacks, we'll be alright. We did lose 2 fighters there, that sucked, but it is what it is. Let's just monitor the map closely, wait for something to develop. Make sure these guys have their radars on. Good. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. It's an SH-3. Of course it's Iranian. And he is... Where's our boat at? 1.3 nautical miles from this guy. There he is. Right here. Wow. Shoot. Okay, he's 8 nautical miles from this boat. We want to keep this guy alive because he's one of the missile shooters, and we want to keep this guy alive because he is the best missile shooter that we have. I'm going to keep this guy at MCON, and then we're going to fire this gun at him. And he's probably going to... Yeah, see this? Okay, of course he killed him. And he's probably going to get shot at. So we'll... now I need to basically get him away. Go flank. Maybe come this way. Actually, go flank from... Yeah, we'll see if this works. Essentially, if his position was reported, and they wherever those guys are, if they're far away and they fire at like the max harpoon range, they're gonna fire at kind of their calculation is gonna be based on the direction he was going when they launched. So I'm hoping that we can dramatically change his... Actually, let's get this guy disbanded from this formation. Just leave the formation, please. and then go flank. So I'm hoping if we're dramatically on a different trajectory, in fact, actually, we just go polar opposite. Come down and maybe go that way. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm hoping the solution is so different from what we're actually doing now that he stays alive. I don't want, actually, now thinking about that, I want him to go this way because I don't want the missile being dragged from him to, say, that guy. So they're still pretty close to each other, so he's got to open them up. Okay, we'll just see what happens. Oh, hold on. What is this? 12 knots, alright. Maybe they're fishing boats or something? New radar contact, alright. Can you identify yourself? Does not respond. Actually, what am I doing? I got a flight of fighter jets down here. Let's just send this guy. Go VID this dude. Okay, let's go, buddy. Go down to like 1,000 feet, please. Formation, leave formation. Yeah, go VID. We'll watch this carefully. I think I'll have the fighter plane do it, because I don't... we're getting pretty close. Those La Comandante classes have this, the Mark 75, the 76mm gun, so they can reach out and hit you if you're in a big plane like this. This will be really neat, though, going like full speed through that. I guess what we can do is if they were to launch, maybe we can catch it visually. Hoping they didn't, though. I'm hoping we keep everybody alive. Oh, they are shooting. See that? Okay. Okay, great. This is good news. Okay, so you can go back to... which MiG-25 flight were you a part of? I guess the first one, huh? Formation, join formation, MiG-25 flight. Alright, these are hostiles. So, we'll pause it. Let's mark them as hostile. Get this guy up to like 10,000 feet. So we will... What's the range here? Oh! What happened? Oh. Okay, yeah, it's been hit by a harpoon, of course. But that's okay. We are now within missile range and we're gonna fire. I don't want to fire a salvo because these guys are pretty close to each other and I don't want, with our limited number of missiles, them to be wasted going all towards the same thing. So the idea was we'll just whittle away at it, and as they sink a boat, we'll launch another one, so that way we're not targeting the same damn thing. Okay, I don't know who's who, but I need to... Oh, there's not much here. Alright, just stay above the clouds. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it looks like they don't have any boats with anti-aircraft missiles, so they just gotta get a lucky hit with those guns. It does appear they've got maybe their radars on, because they were starting to shoot at this thing pretty far out. I think 7 miles or 8 miles or something. Okay, good hit. What the heck was this? One of those Kaivan class things? Or Parvin, okay. Alright, cool. And we will just keep doing that as fast as we can, one by one. I think by the time that this missile goes out, it's going to... that's so cool. Look at the boosters dropping off. Love that. God, such a cool game. Yeah, I think by the time that missile heads out, that other boat's going to be sunk. Nautical miles, good. Speed this up. So it seems like no one else has been hit. So they just don't know about the others, which is good. So it is good to stay at MCON if, like, you suspect you've only been VID'd by one unit. Yeah, look at these guys are shooting at them like miles away. And remember when we visually detected that helicopter, it was like 1.5 miles, I think. Oh, please hit. Please hit. Alright. Great hit. Oh, this was a... Yeah, this was a La Comandante class, so it's those are harpoons that are no longer going to be used against us. Nice. Let's see, we're 44 miles. What about this guy? Yep, 44. So we're getting pretty close to actually shooting at one of these things. We could try and mix it up and fire a Styx missile at him. See who fires first. Alright, he's fired his missile. Cool. Alright, that must be like a La Comandante class with the 76 mil going nuts. Whoa. And... ooh, right on the nose. Oh, this is some sort of missile carrier at Kaivan. I think there's a couple versions. We can check that in a second. Unit reference, surface ships. Fast attack craft, yeah, that is a Kaivan. So yeah, it says grad here, so there must be... where would they be? Yeah. So that was a Sea Killer, which is 16 nautical mile range, so not too worried about that, but it's good it's dead. And of course this guy must be the La Comandante class. We'll see if it can get hit by this Silkworm missile. Oh. It's not shooting at it yet. Oh, there we go. Alright. Okay, please hit, please hit, please hit. Dive down. Ooh. Yes. Go boy. Good. Alright, sweet. Well, it wasn't perfect. I mean, I don't think that we could have done better with the surface vessel. Our little torpedo boat surviving the way that helicopter found us. it was basically like he had to sacrifice himself, because if I didn't do that, there's no telling what that SH3 was going to find. But we're lucky he only... I don't know that he did find the torpedo boat also, because we ended up shooting it because we had to. It was just so close. And it might have been that he just didn't detect us. Although I'd rather shoot him down and then guarantee that our position was given away versus not shoot him down and hope that we weren't discovered, because if we were, and that guy continued to fly around, there's no telling if he would have found the others, and the main thing that needed to survive was going to be our own missile boats. So it's just a sacrifice I guess we had to make. The MiG-25s, I'm not too good with the air combat stuff. I'm not great at like managing their ranges with the waypoints, and I don't like babying them, so it's whatever. That doesn't bother me when I lose jets in this game. But yeah, we did pretty good. I think spacing out the formation probably saved us there, because if you could imagine, had we stayed in the original formation, we were pretty tight with each other, like really close. So I think for certain, if that SH3 did at least see that torpedo boat, if we had the same formation, he probably would have seen all the other boats, and we could have expected full batteries release of harpoons, all 8 missiles from those 2 La Comandante class boats, and then we would have been screwed once we lose our missile shooters. I mean, eight of those missiles against 4 of our boats. There's no way we're going to win that scenario. That was pretty fun. We got to deal with the SAM systems that we controlled, and I like the weather, I like the overcast gray. Speaking of the overcast, I think if it's possible in the mission editor to see that information, at least in that weather information, that window that popped up, they should give us the overcast layer, because then that gives the player it kind of saves them doing one extra step, basically, of trying to figure out the overcast layer of what altitude they need to be at to be able to VID contacts. But yeah, that was super cool. Had a lot of fun. This is a Operation Azure Sentinel, and it is on the Steam Workshop, so I'll link that in the mission description, or the video description. And it's made by a guy named sideofchicken. And yeah, I really like it. There's a cool plausible regional conflict. I like missions that are sort of unique in their location, and I haven't seen a lot of missions in the Caspian Sea. And I know some of you have asked me to play more Soviet style or Soviet centered missions, and I would love to. So if you find missions like this, let me know. I like to play missions that have some sort of realistic briefing, or a briefing that is complete and then gives you information that you need to play the scenario. And I like to have the scenarios take about an hour and a half tops. Hour and a half kind of is pushing it, but somewhere around there. I mean, this mission went for like 40 minutes, so it was great. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And I like small conflicts, not massive, 15 ships versus 15 ships, that kind of thing, or a million aircraft versus 15 ships, because scenarios do bog down the performance of the game. And when you're playing larger scenarios like that, it gets hampered. And it's just not an enjoyable, playable experience for me, and it's also not enjoyable for you guys as a viewer to see all the low FPS as that develops when the scenario goes on with more aircraft. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and get to them as soon as possible. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.